Oh, hey, Rodney. Yeah, come on, have a seat. What are you thinking about for supper tonight, there, Rodney? Soup? No, how about soap? Rodney, you need a bath in the worst way. If you want soup, I'll make soup. But you get a bath. I know we're roughing it and all, but for crying out loud, going over the stream over there at least. Well, I'll get on that soup. How about some nice Cock-A-Leekie soup? Wouldn't that be wonderful? Good. Well, in the meantime, go get a bath, Rodney. And y'all stick around. I'll show you how. Before we go any further, I'd like to remind you guys, please don't forget to mash that subscribe button, give me a big old thumbs up, maybe even leave me a comment or two. I sure would appreciate it. So here's what we're going to need for this here recipe. About 8 cups of chicken stock, 4 good-sized leeks, some fresh rosemary and thyme. Going to need some matchstick carrots. You're also going to need some wild rice. And this chicken is some chicken I had left over from a rotisserie chicken, and just a little salt and pepper to taste. Hey y'all, and welcome to another episode of Eatin Good in the Woods, the channel that shows you just because you're camping doesn't mean you gotta eat like a hobo. So me and Mrs. Eatin Good in the Woods, Rodney and Miss Lucinda, I swear that boy can't do nothing without his mama, are going camping. And he's requested some soup. Yeah, well, he needs the soap, if you know what I'm saying. Anyhow, I'm going to make a nice soup because, you know, it's a nice little handheld thing you can have while you're sitting by the campfire and everyone can enjoy it. So what I'm making is an old Scottish recipe called Cock-A-Leekie soup, which is basically leeks and chicken soup with some wild rice in it. Going to be hardly fit to eat, but we'll keep going till we find a good spot, won't we? Alright, now first things first, we're going to need a medium saucepan. We'll take about half of our chicken stock and put it in the saucepan because we're going to make like a supercharged stock out of this. To that, we're going to add about 5 or 6 cloves of garlic chopped up pretty good. Then we're going to add several sprigs of fresh rosemary and then some fresh thyme. You can't get heavy-handed enough with that stuff, in my opinion. Then we're going to take a big handful or maybe 2 of the leeks that we've prepared. And then we're going to let it simmer. We're going to let it simmer for quite some time. I let it go for about 45 minutes. So after about 45 minutes, I'm going to strain it off. Reason for that being is it's not very nice if you get a spoonful of stem from those fresh herbs. So you're going to want to strain that off. But what we'll have left over will be this super condensed, flavorful chicken stock. Say, that reminds me, what's the last thing you hear Rodney say before he heads to the emergency room? Hey y'all, watch this. That's funny. We'll add the rest of the stock to this and then bring it to a rapid boil. Once we get that boil, we're going to add about half a cup of wild rice. Now bear in mind, you need to clean this rice before you stick it in the pot. Otherwise it won't cook right. We're going to let that go for about 30 minutes. We don't want to cook the rice all the way through because we're not quite done adding ingredients. So after about 30 minutes, stir it around and pull out a single grain of rice and put it between your teeth. It should crunch just a little tiny bit because we're going to finish the cook with all the vegetables in the pot as well. Now we're going to add about 2 cups of those matchstick carrots. And then a good bit of those chopped leeks. I'd say that's probably about 3 cups. Now we're going to let this simmer for quite a while. I think I let it go for about another 30 to 45 minutes. Stirring occasionally, of course. I tasted it and I felt it didn't need any more salt, but it sure could use a little bit of pepper. So that's about, I don't know, half a teaspoon. Stirred it around and gave it a taste. And guess what? It got old Uncle Eatin Good in the Woods' thumb of approval. Now here's that rotisserie chicken that Mrs. Eatin Good in the Woods was kind enough to pull off the bone for me. We'll stick it in there, break it up, and make sure it gets mixed in real well. I'm going to give that about another 5 minutes. And then it'd be time to taste it. Don't that look delicious? Say, that reminds me. If y'all are looking for a way to support this channel, keep this here trainer rolling full of farm fresh content twice a week, why don't you slide over to my Teespring shop, get yourself a coffee mug or maybe even a t-shirt. But if you don't want to do that, how about you go to buymeacoffee.com, and for the price of a cup of coffee, you help keep this trainer rolling. You can also visit boondockerswelcome.com. All of the links are in the description. Thanks a bunch. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all the ships at sea, it is done. D-U-N, done. Whew, wish you could smell this here. This is going to be delicious, and I'm going to give it a shot here. That is some dadgum good Cock-A-Leekie soup right there. That rivals anything I've ever had in Scotland, dare I say. So, make this for your next camping trip. You can have this all prepared up, have it in your refrigerator, put it in your camper, put it in your cooler, put it in your camper refrigerator, whatever it takes. Maybe bring your Dutch oven with you and set it on the side of the fire there, pour that in there, and next thing you know, y'all gonna be sitting around with your feet up by the fire, enjoying a nice soup. Folks, that's gonna be about it for this episode of Eatin Good in the Woods. I sure appreciate y'all tuning in every week, more than you know. So until next time, I love y'all. God bless y'all. Go on out there and be nice to one another. See you next week.